same place on the ridge, but heading kind of northwest. Okay. Let's get into the fucked cauldron. And I have a literal cauldron, and we'll pass some things around. I don't need to convince. I don't want to convince you, but I don't need to convince you that we're fucked, right? I'm very interested in that remaining a question. I sometimes think we're fucked. I sometimes don't. I'd like everybody to be where they are with that. There's lots of examples. War was declared 2 days ago. There's a study just under a month ago that says we've crossed 6 of the 9 safe limits for life on Earth. I can go through those, but you probably may know them, or we can talk about it. I'll be here. Like I said, we probably have the week before we're fully fucked, so we can talk more about it. But, yeah, we've been talking about tipping points. We've been talking about multiplier effects. AI and the sort of exponential of the exponential that AI creates is a multiplier effect in ways that we don't know. The trend has been towards sooner and worse. The reason I want it to be a question is because I don't think there's anybody who gets to make the call that it's too late. If there's one blade of grass alive left on the planet, it's as deserving of its share of soil and light and water as any other being, and we don't want to discourage it and say, no, it's too late. Donna Haraway, as Justin so well quoted in his talk, reminds us to include in this generation on the planet the born ones and the disappeared. So the born ones include the post-World War II generations, the industrial animals. There's 7 chickens for every human on the planet right now. The proliferation of high-consuming pets, the explosion of the extractionist high-consuming human populations on the Earth, the vast immiseration of the poor on the one hand, and then on the other hand are the vast numbers of the disappeared, the missing generations of those who've experienced genocides, the disappearance among the species whose numbers have been so reduced or have been simply wiped out, the billions upon billions of the disappeared. She says, I don't think the born can be thought apart from the disappeared in this world of forced growth, dire realities, multi-generational communities of compost calling out, it's not too late. Let's just take a moment to pause for the disappeared and the disappearing and any losses that you have loved. Okay, thanks for taking that moment. I guess I want to take the temperature in the Redwood Grove of fuckedness from that place. Is that if people, you don't have to raise your hand, but if you want to, fucked? Not fucked? So that's great. It's great. It's great. It's allowed to shift later in the day or early morning, depending on what you've had for breakfast. I want to say, I think I saw, because I started in 2010, and there were still in my this is just my impression, there were still some, we could save the world and turn it around. I think we were smarter than to think save the world and use that terminology, because obviously a good planet can have a couple rounds of species rising and then fucking it up and not sharing well and then going down. So the world is blessedly not dependent on our little blip of crazy. But I wonder if what I thought I saw was a slowly sinking experience of, we're not gonna turn it around. That in the last decade there was a shift of maybe skipping a stone over the surface of despair, and I asked Joanna Macy this sometime in the last year or two, whether that was her experience, and she said no.
No.
And what she said was, well, first she said you can't have
the great turning
without the great unraveling.
in lieu of the great unraveling.
What she said was it was
gradual.
Yeah.
Very undramatic for me.
It was sort of like a shifting of a rainbow.
Or colors or something.
She says, Oh, I see.
I see.
Before it was like
Before
this.
it was like this.
Now it's like
and now
that.
it's like that.
It's the
The
same,
same ingredients. The
But the
relationship
relationships are more internal and also
or it's
larger as we're
because
shown
it's
more
showing
and
us
more.
more and more.
She said there are
And
billions of planets suitable
good
for life, and some wink
and
out,
some wink out,
some collapse.
some collapse.
Even if we fail,
This
and
is
it's looking
still
like we're likely to
worthwhile,
fail,
even if it fails.
our love and our
And the
appreciation
universe
for
will
the
know
Earth is marked
that
on our
on
record.
planet Earth, there were faithful ones who stayed faithful even when they failed. And that the beauty of being a mirror to the glory of creation of this exquisite universe is still true, even if we're on a planet where we blew it.